guys, how are you? I am actually looking for you on Facebook so I can actually see who is writing comments because this past Monday, I didn't do this and Mandy had a bunch of questions and some comments that actually would have been really helpful for me to address during our talk. So I'm back to using my computer to make sure I can see your responses and your comments. All right. And I know those of you on YouTube are here as well. Let me switch over. For some reason, the comments on YouTube come through without a problem. The ones on Facebook, attitude issues. What can you say, right? All right. So today, if you are joining us firsthand, this is what today is all about. We are going to make some bougie peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that are not really sandwiches. And then chia pudding. Again, we're going bougie today. I don't do anything small ever, even when I try to. This is one of those things. The very first thing that we're going to talk about is this chia pudding, okay? And I know for a fact that some of you out there have been very curious about this chia pudding, but you haven't tried it yet. There are a couple of different ways to make chia pudding if you haven't gone out there and looked yourself. I have included both ways, both with yogurt as well as with almond milk or another dairy alternative. Now, what I have for you today, yogurt, coconut yogurt, and almond milk, because as many of you guys know, if you're new here, this will be your first time hearing it, it will not be your last. I have a dairy allergy, so the chances of finding yogurt in my house that is made from cow's milk and milk, nope, not here either. I won't even bring it in. So we have almond milk and we have yogurt. For those of you who are new here who do not know who I am, my name is BWILD. I'm a nutritionist. I love to cook. I love sharing information. I geek out on all this nutrition information stuff that I talk about. My goal with these videos, with my business, with everything that I do is to help over 1 billion people around the world reduce inflammation and improve their health. One of the number one causes, and it's literally like 1 in 2 of chronic illness and autoimmune disease, is inflammation. So here we go. These recipes come from my monthly meal plan. Next week, we're going to go into a little Asian fusion over here. Can't wait for that one because pineapple, stir-fried pineapple, you guys. All right, so back to today. We're going a little sweet today. Here's the deal with chia pudding and why I have yogurt and almond milk. They come out a little different. So depending on the texture that you prefer. So if you're like me and you like tapioca pudding, right? Thick tapioca pudding, you're gonna want the yogurt. If you like normal yogurt, you're not really into the bubbly stuff. Now, these little jars, these glass jars, glass bowls, are where we're gonna put a little sample. I want to show you the difference between the two, okay? We're gonna make them, put them in the fridge, come back, make our nut butter wraps, and then when we come to make our chia pudding, you don't need to make them in mason jars, by the way. You can make them in bowls. That's how I usually do it. But, very convenient. When we go to actually make our chia pudding, you'll see the difference between the two. I like to layer my chia pudding. The picture that coordinates with the recipe, it shows everything on top and then, chia pudding in the bottom. You do what you like. If you like layered like I do, later. If you do not like layered like I do, don't. The chia pudding stuff on the bottom, put all the toppings on, I got it. No big deal. So let's get to it, shall we? All right. So now the recipe actually calls for 2 cups of milk The way I do this when I see a recipe like that is I either do 2 cups of milk or 2 cups of yogurt, just depending on if it's going to my system. This is pretty much the only one slice of thick tapioca pudding in my world. For purposes of just this example, we're going to do a cup and a cup. Okay. Let me get that to the side. The cup to the side. Now, 1 cup liquid, whether it's yogurt, whether it's almond milk or some other milk, you can use oat milk or whatever you want. It doesn't have to be almond milk. I think I made this. Chocolate chip berries and hazelnut. So good. But hazelnut is good. And I can't remember to buy hazelnut to make. I just can't do it. So one of these days I will remember, and one of these days you and I will be making hazelnut and chocolate milk. Doesn't that sound delicious? All right, so anyway, in case you didn't know, with coconut yogurt has 2 densities that it comes with. Sometimes it's really thick, sometimes it's really runny. For a recipe like this, you want runny, okay? So Delicious is runny. Greek style coconut or Greek style almond milk, not runny. It is very thick, it is very dense, it is more like a chocolate mousse texture. So, heads up. Let's see. All right, so here, it's our yogurt to the side. I know. I was going to start this YouTube page. Need we say more? All right, now 1 cup, 2 tablespoons. Got it? All right. Chia seeds need. I'm going to put these to the side. We're going to put our yogurt. Once this is done, this is going to be our base. Okay. So all you do with this is we stir it up a little bit. Stir it so that the chia seeds get in there. And it's kind of funny because, like, you think 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons, and you're like, oh, that's not that much. This stuff goes everywhere. And the deal with chia seeds, haven't had the joy of eating them. They expand in moisture. They really do. And they're so nutritious. They are one of the more nutritious seeds. So if you can handle tapioca pudding, that texture, it's amazing. It does give you boba tea. I would like it to give me boba tea, but it doesn't do that. Anybody ever made boba tea yet? I've not done that yet. I've tried it a couple of times. I've ordered the tapioca balls, and I just couldn't get it right. So, you know the trick. Let me know. All right. So we have it all mixed up. Now, the joy of chia seeds and milk, they don't float, they don't go to the bottom. When they mix up, they stay mixed up. It's pretty good. I'm actually going to put this just to the side so we can use it again later. This going in the fridge. Let me show you real quick. So, hold on. I'm going to get closer. So, ooh. See how thin Any look what that is? Okay, nice. All right, newbies. This is what's called the wild cooking show because you never know what will happen. See how it's not moving? Look, it doesn't, it's like gel. See? So let's put it in the fridge. And when we're done with our peanut butter or our nut butter wraps, we'll bring it back out and compare. All right. The difference between now with cheese, 30 minutes for it to set. Today, but we'll have enough. All right. Very first thing we need to cook. But it's a bougie, right? Up my laptop. We're gonna get some bougie things going. All right, so we need tortillas, we need chocolate, we need cherries. Oh no, we don't need cherries. We need cherries for the yogurt. We're gonna put these up here. Wild cooking show, never know what happened. All right, so the recipe calls for cacao nibs, okay, and that's to keep it chocolate free. I have from last week left over. So this is for the Chia pudding. Chocolate in this. All right. Why not? All right. Very first thing. So with the nut butter wrap, you want 2 tortillas, and you can have as many tortillas as you need. What I like to do with this is this is one of my meal prep recipes because you see how small the tortillas are? You don't need a lot, okay? And you can literally spread these out or scoop, use a cookie scooper, works really well. And you've got, what are those things called? Crustables. Crustables? You have homemade Crustables at your disposal that you can freeze. Wrap them in parchment paper. Works just fine. All right, so here's the video. Calls for 2 tablespoons, or a tablespoon basically, of nut butter. So, your tablespoon. And spread it right in the middle. You want it so that it can have, you can fold over on both sides. Middle. All right. So now what I usually do is the way that I know that I've got enough peanut butter on here or nut butter, I'm using some butter because I'm going to give the boys one for dinner, and hopefully if we have some leftovers, they can have it for lunch again tomorrow at school. Fingers crossed. All right. So we have our peanut butter on here. Now this is how big my burrito is going to be, basically. That's how big my wrap is going to be. So when I put my peanut butter on here, I put it on so that I know how big my wrap's going to be. Because this is me we're talking about. And, you know, might not stay together. And I might get it wrong. And, like, usually what happened is like, one end would be not closing it. So I started doing it this way. All right, so the very first thing, bananas. Now, we're going to put bananas and strawberries on this. Okay, it says 4 strawberries and 1 banana. One banana? Yeah, 1 banana. It also says pecans. We're going to call the pecans in to create texture. All right. Now what you need is thinly sliced bananas because you want it to stay flat. right? And you'll see why. And usually I get like half a banana in, not normally the whole thing. So I'll go halfway and then bananas in. You want one layer of each. A layer of bananas and a layer of strawberries. A little bit more than that. And you can make these slices big if you want. You can change what's inside of it. I like the banana and the strawberry. And there are times when I will actually put strawberry jelly or jam on it as well. Bougie peanut butter. That's good. All right. So, done. All right. Strawberries. Spread your strawberries out. And the cool thing about strawberries is they're triangles, so you can kind of play a little Tetris with them. So now, add a little bit more strawberry. I like strawberries, can you tell? More on that one to match this one. If you have a panini maker, this works in a panini maker as well. We don't have one. It's just kind of one of those things we don't really eat very often. You're going to fold over each end. Fold it in half. These end, you might get your hands a little dirty. You want to make sure everything's folded, okay? It's tucked in, right? Both sides, okay? So flatten that. In a little bit. There we go. What you're looking to do is keep everything inside. And I'll show you why. Just tuck all these in. Kind of flatten it out just a little bit, especially if you have a panini maker. You want these flat. Great. Banana we can tuck to the side. Maybe use it in our Chia pudding. We'll see. All right, so we are going to move over to the flat top. All right. Y'all know how this works. Camera comes with me. All right, so undo my notes from the camera. Okay, here we go. There's my outdoor. And angle you down. There we go. Perfect. Oh, hold on. Lost the camera. There we go. Okay. Okay. There's the flat top. Now it's pretty high right now. You can turn it down. So I just want it hot. Now, all you do with your peanut butter things, that's it. Now, I do not have a panini maker, right? Just in case you are in the same boat. Put these suckers together. Hot on it. You want something that is heavy, okay? This one actually works really well. You're just looking for like some heat and a little bit of sear on one side. Not seared like a steak, right? We're not searing these like a steak. We're just simply heating them up. Because what happens when you heat up peanut butter and bananas and suckers? They get all gooey and ooey and bite in, and it's just like drool out of your mouth. They're so good. All right, so now you only need a couple of minutes with these. Really don't need a lot of time for them. Right, see how it's kind of smoking a little bit? I don't know if you can see that. There we go. I mean, you know what we should make one day? We should totally make dairy-free Taco Bell crunch wraps. But you know what? We might be doing some fast food in May. I'm going to have to think about that one. Did you effectively do the same exact thing? You do not even need this flat top either. You could do a pan, could do them on the grill. It actually tastes really good on the grill. Especially those of you with smokers, put it on a smoked grill. Put a flat top like this on there. You get that sear, but then you also get a bit of a smoked flavor. So one of the banana recipes, remember Elvis or somebody else, I think it's an Elvis one, where you put bacon in it. So good, you guys. It gives you a little bit of smoke. So you smoke it on the flat top like that. Pretty cool. All right, we are going to do. So you see the top, bottom? That's what you're looking for. Now, when you go to pull them out of the freezer, they will have kind of a heated, I don't want to say taste, but you'll be able to tell the difference between not heated and heated, okay? So what you're going to look for and what you're going to do from that point, there we go. Nope, that's angled. There we go. Okay. All right, so what you'll be able to do at that point, once they're frozen and come back, eventually I'll be able to go from one camera to the other. I don't know. All right, so we have our peanut butter things, right? We're going to take one. Now, if you notice, I did not put pecans inside of it because kids. They are the best grab and go. Because what you're going to get is while you get everything toasted, it doesn't ooze out. You have to put a lot of peanut butter in here for it to ooze out. And right here, it's serious deliciousness, you guys. I mean, serious. Mm-hmm. Oh, so good. All right. Oh, man. Mm. Yep. Good choice for dinner. The difference between the way I made this and the actual recipe, by the way, the pecans give you texture. Okay, they give you the crunch. And if you're not interested, if you don't care about the crunch, that's what I did and just mix them. For the boys, they're okay with crunch. They can handle it. They could do the pecans I got, but they're not used to it in their peanut butter and jelly. So from Tom Thumb. I have a picture of it so I can share it in the group for our produce challenge this month. Boys have not had fresh dragon fruit yet. We're gonna keep that. They've had frozen. All right. I'm going to go get our Chia pudding out of the refrigerator. We can compare notes, what it looks like. We're going to do 1 layer. No, we're going to do 2 layers because I like layers. All right, let's do this. I brought some cold. All right, this is the yogurt. Very gelatinous right now. It's definitely more pudding-like than not. So, see that? Like it is. All right, watch this. Okay, so hold on. Let me show you this. Get closer to the camera. So if you look, it's definitely, ooey gooey on the bottom. Chia seeds are, right? But look, they're just coming together. Really filled up almond milk. And you're using almond milk. You want to make sure the seeds totally get away with it. Not a big deal. Really isn't. Yogurt, almond milk. And I lost my. Okay, so one of the things that you're going to want to do is you want to put, see how thin it is compared to what we just pulled out? All right. You want to make sure to put this to the side and put your chia seeds in it. The recipe itself calls for 3 servings. We're only going to make 2. Okay. Transfer that yogurt into 2 cups. So that's the way to do this. I think I would have had just enough chia seeds for. Oh no. All right. So, here we go. The boys are singing Over the Deep Blue Sea. Anybody hear that? It's very cute because you can't understand them unless you know they're like at that stage. We get to go see family this weekend, so it's going to be funny. What are they saying? What are they saying? What are they saying? All right. So you want to kind of stir this up just so it's stirred, it's mixed up, it's ready to go. When you're doing layering, you want it ready. Okay. Almond milk. Okay. We're mixed in the right way. All right. Here we go. Okay. It makes a difference when you pour it in if they're not mixed before. Because if you pour these in, and what we saw with the chia seeds kind of clumping together, it won't clump together and spread. It will just clump together and you'll have a big ball of chia seeds versus tapioca pudding. All right, so now this recipe calls for cherries, strawberries, blackberries, chocolate, and we are going to throw some pecans in here. I thought I couldn't find a bigger bag of these pecan chips. They literally smash them for us. If you need to get anger out, go get yourself a normal bag of full-on pecans. Grab your hammer. Bad. Or put them in a bag. Beat them up. That's how you get fresh. All right, so what we're looking at is half cup of cherries, half cup of strawberries, half cup of blackberries, split between 3. Hence why I have the big things, because I am going to use the similar, and we are going to split it up between these 2, okay? Because this is a half cup. What you're looking at is half cup cherries, okay? And what I like to do with my fruit is I like to actually chop it up, which takes this half cup and makes it more than a half cup. So lots of chia seed stuff here. So it's going to be a big deal. So we're going to put that down there. Cherries. Usually I do frozen cherries, especially this time of year, just because it's really hard to find, guys. Really hard. And if you want to make this any other time of year, frozen strawberries makes this really good. The fact that it's going to be sitting in the fridge overnight means that they'll have a chance to kind of chill out and defrost. You don't need to heat them up. Have also at times created a fruit compote. Basically just put it on the stove top, let the fruit do its thing. It gets all juicy. You can put a little sugar in it, and that sugar creates like a jam and jelly, right? Minus the jam and jelly stuff. Now, what I do, so I have a bowl. Take that, put it in my bowl. Okay? That to the side. There are strawberries and blackberries. Now, I mix these up when I wash them. So, we're going to do that. Woo! Don't run away, mister. Twins were helping me, and I found blackberries in the utensil drawer. Let's put a couple more strawberries out. I like strawberries, so I want a lot of them. My chia pudding. Can't help you. Here, we'll even it out a little bit. How about that? All right. All right. Same thing. Blackberries get cut in half, depending on their size. See how big and juicy that one is? There's some really nice ones in here. Almost berry season too. I'm so excited. I love berries. The boys are obsessed with blueberries, so we're always on the hunt for good blueberries. And it's funny because when I was pregnant, first time we saw them on the ultrasound, they were the size of blueberries. So they were my blueberries. And then we found out we were having boys. And I didn't find out until my ultrasound at like 20 weeks. Because I could have done a DNA scan. I really could have. But all it would have told me is that there was one. there's 3 different types of twins. Dai, Modai, and Momo. Okay? Just in case you don't know. Dai, which is what mine were, 2 placentas, 2 sacs. So all it would have told me is whether one of them was a girl or one of them was a boy. That's it. It wouldn't have told me anything else. So we opted not to pay for the DNA test because insurance doesn't pay for that. And I really thought I was going to be able to get, like 3D scan. I had it all planned out. The world shut down. I was 22 weeks pregnant. I have twins. Not recommended that you go and get a 3D scan after 24 weeks because you can't see the babies. You see one or the other. Don't see both. And by the time I was able to even call to get, an appointment, I was 34 weeks. And I called on Friday. I was trying to get in on Monday. And the woman wouldn't even take an appointment from me because she told me that it would be a waste of my time and my money, and she just didn't want to do it. And I was going to call on Monday and get her to just give me the heartbeats, just, at least one heartbeat. She was trying to say on Friday that she couldn't because there were 2. And I get that. It gets a little crowded in there, you guys. And they were born that Sunday. So I did not get my ultrasound. To this day, people swear, some relatives swear that we knew what their gender was, and that's why we were calling them blueberries. And that's not, we had no idea. But the one thing that I will tell you is in my life, there are universal lines, things like that. And just so happened, my blueberries are boys. And those blueberries love blueberries. Blueberries and bananas are their favorite food. You ask Drew if he wants a nana. That's like Disneyland. All right, guys. So we have everything together. Ta-da! At this point, your hands are all gooey anyway. Mix the fruit up, and I like to mix the fruit up because then it kind of gives a little bit of difference, All right, so I'm going to rinse my hands real quick and get a spoon, and we are going to fill up our jars. I want you to see, too, the difference between the 2. Almond milk, yogurt, okay? As we put these layers in, you'll see the biggest difference between the 2. If you're doing these as a prep thing before, without doing any sort of freezing or refrigerating like we did, it's okay. You'll get some mixture in there. It'll be fine. Almond milk will automatically mix. And because obviously it's still liquid. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Put a spoon in here and a spoon in here. See how it's smooth? There's 2 in there. You want even. All right. Tablespoon. Half in each. So you want 1 tablespoon in each container. Where did my next go? I like the nuts in this much better than I like the nuts and the peanut butter thing. I mean, it's really good, but All right. Almond milk. Now, as you can see, it doesn't make much of a difference. Right? How chia pudding works. Ooh, good work. I didn't get them for the boys. I actually had them before the boys. So just sitting there, I got a clump. Okay. Break up clumps, you guys. Don't let it clump. Don't let the almond milk clump. Break it up. All right. Yogurt, because we are actually going to get real layers out of this, I am going to save half of it. Oh, this will be good. Because this leaves just enough to put like a simply coating on the top. Okay. And yes, we did it out of order. It's okay. I have like full pecan in there, you guys. So 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon. Pecans, 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon. Got it? When you have 3 servings, split it between 3. It's perfect. Now, obviously, this is going to get all mixed up. But this one, since it's not, find a layer on. And I got these jars of salads. Oh, you guys, it has been, I don't know why I didn't buy them sooner. Let me just put it that way. I really don't. Yeah, I'm kind of OCD about like splitting things up. All right. Yes. Because we layered this one. Put them in the almond milk too. All right, so what I'm going to do, because I know, ooh, okay. What I'm going to do is once these are completely done, now if you can see, do you see how big these servings are? Put the tops on them. Put them in the refrigerator. Leave them overnight. Scoop out. Okay. This is enough for 3 servings. Okay. 3 servings. Same. Now the difference is this one, make sure your top's on really tight. You're gonna have to shake a little bit. And usually I shake it and I throw it in the fridge and I forget about it. So now, if you're really looking at what we just made, just 2 servings. 2 servings of this, you guys. We have food for a week, 6 days. Totally 6 days. The chocolate chia pudding really makes a lot of food. And it says 3 servings, but that look like 3 servings to you? I'm gonna have to change that. This is a lot. I think what I'm gonna do is just take the almond milk and the yogurt down to 1 cup because I think that would definitely create 3 servings. We can do 1.5 cups. So that way, split it in between the 3. Doesn't matter. And how about this? I'm going to put the picture up, what each looks like in bowls tomorrow morning. I will change the thumbnail so that's the picture that you see. How about it? All right, so now we have our chia pudding. You'll see tomorrow the difference between the almond milk and the yogurt. And our nut butter cups. Thank you for joining me. I am so excited for so much this week. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, whether you are celebrating Easter or Passover, or you're just getting together with family and enjoying the fact that it's a holiday. Thank you guys again for joining me. I will chat with you later. Next week, we go for the Asian recipes, and then the following week, we are on a whole new meal plan. So, if you have recipes you want to see on May's meal plan, or you have recipes that you want to see on this show, we meet here every Thursday at 5 o'clock. I will chat with you on Monday morning during our coffee talk. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend, you guys. Bye. Stay healthy.